When I think about the things that you've done, my imagination has turned to reality. Oh my God, oh, you do this one, oh, oh, you do this one, oh. When I think about the things that you've done, oh, my imagination has come to reality. Oh my God, oh, you do this one, oh, oh, you do this one. Jesus, you do this one, oh, you do this one, oh, you do this one, oh, you do this one, oh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. My name is Thomas J. Gilbert, or you can call me Mr. T if you like. I'm the founder member of Royal Advance Production, or Royal Advance Net TV. Today we are having a visitor all the way from Nigeria. And I would like to introduce the visitor to you. Yeah. My brother, what's your name?
My name is Vincent Ndu, and I'm from Nigeria. Born and brought up in Lagos, but I'm Igbo from Imo State. So I kind of share two counties as a relationship of born and brought up and relationship of growth, as a matter of fact. All right, for what I do, I'm a consultant for study abroad agency, and as well I'm an international model, a brand model for some agencies too back in Nigeria and also out abroad in Australia. I'm a brand ambassador for the company I also work with. Not in Kenya, Australia. They have their offices around West Africa, Sierra Leone, Lagos, Nigeria. Other offices are in Abuja. We have offices in Benin. We have offices in Enugu, Nigeria. We have offices in South Africa. We have offices in other parts of Africa. Even Philippines as well, we have offices. And also a media personnel into entertainment. I enjoy doing a lot of acting. I've done a couple of acting in Kenya here. Yeah, with some goons, some good guys who have, been fortunate to have me on sets, and I've also been fortunate to put myself in the roles they wish me to perform. So I've been doing some other things like I'm also good at graphics and draws. I do a lot of, tech stuff. I'm also a photography person. I'm into photography. So that is me. That's Vincent, But I'll just say in one wrap, my experience here in Kenya has been awesome. I must tell you, Kenya is a beautiful country, and without any understanding and without any misunderstanding, it's Africa. And I enjoy being in Kenya, so great.
Well, that's great. Maybe if I may ask you, are you married?
Oh, no, I'm not married.
Are you born again?
Of course, I'm born again, yeah.
Where do you fellowship?
All right, I fellowship at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Jesus House, Nairobi, just at Kenya Science. Yeah, once you just get to your way to Gong Road, stop at Kenya Science, is at the left-hand side. A very beautiful parish.
And how did you find yourself in Kenya, and how do you feel to be in Kenya?
Oh, Kenya is country of they call it the pride of Africa, right? And for me, it's also the city under the green sun. Yeah, that's another name for Kenya. But I see it as a country that is almost at a development stage. When I mean almost at the development stage, we know what development is. Development is the growth and capacity you need. Yeah, the capacity growth, the process to get to your destination. Mm-hmm. So Kenya for me is on that stage. But I think also when the government can look into some aspects very properly, they can harness those, health services here in Kenya. The transportation is doing so well. I'm so proud of that. I think with little money, you can get to wherever you want to get to. That's what I enjoy. Like coming down here was a bit fair. Then also the system of education, which needs a little touch also. the curriculum for some time has been backward. I think they need to look into that. They need to do a lot of scholarships for brilliant students who have been on this, career path, who want to develop, who want to study abroad. They can come out and, stand to it, seek the government's support, and they'll get it. So that's part of what I'm looking at in the closest future. Also, I'd like the people also, because growth starts with the people. As much as the government can do their part, the people also have to do their part. Because development is two ways. Yes, it's two ways. When you develop yourself, you will meet your development ahead, because you can't just sit back and, say you want to get the whole development done by the government. The government will not give you the money you need to study abroad. Rather, they will give you the support, the career support, the moral backings. The teachers, they will give them training. The students, that needs to be picked and selected for the opportunity to study, they will come up with their finances and budget. But you also need to put yourself in that light.
Compared to Nigeria, this nation of Kenya, compared to Nigeria, how do you see it? Are we ahead of you, or you are ahead of us?
No. I think the ball is like...
Say the truth. So.
I'm going to be very fair now. Kenya, okay, for a country like Kenya, I believe it is 50-50. Do you know why I said it's 50-50? I was just thinking of something when I was coming. I said, if they bring Nigerians all and relocate them to Kenya, you know Nigerians are hardworking. I know there are a lot of people that think Nigerians are, very, we are, corrupt, crime related, the kind of individuals, you don't want to interact with. No. But in the other way, Nigerians are very hardworking. No matter what we do, we excel. When you think we are doing crime, inside the crime, we still excel. So it's not even easy. I don't support crime in any way, but it is not even easy to stand out in whatever you do. That's what I'm just trying to tell you. For you to be specific, and you have to be very, very genuine. You have to know your own call and move with it. That's how I see Kenya. Kenya has a call, but I believe it will take the mind of those who are ready to rebrand, recreate, reborn, relearn. Yes, because I keep telling people, Kiswahili bounds us, and it's the language basically in East Africa. But you can't go to Tanzania. You can't go to a country like outside East Africa. Maybe you go to, Philippines. You go to Switzerland and you speak Kiswahili. No, so it means you have to learn and keep learning. Okay, there might be an opportunity now. As I speak to you, there are some opportunities for you to even get fully funded scholarships, even some work that you just get to put little money to get the jobs abroad. The opportunity is coming up, but when you keep your heart at, I just need Kiswahili to move on in this life. No, you are not giving yourself the help you need. You need to learn other things.
Okay, so maybe for how long have you been in Kenya since you came?
Kenya, I've been in Kenya for 2 years now. I think we're going towards 2024, right? So I'm about 2 years plus.
Have you ever find yourself in the hands of cops?
Well, that experience, I have to tell you. I was tired. I'm telling you, Bana, I was just frustrated.
What happened?
It's a simple thing. I was just on the road. Me and my fellow Nigerian, because I believe if it was a Kenyan brother, they wouldn't harass us. So I believe they took advantage, right? So we're going to church, and they stopped us. And they asked us, where is our ID? We showed them ID on the phone as soft copies. We can't be I can't be carrying my ID up and down. So that's stressful. So when I got down and we're moving towards the stage to take another matatu to where we're going, and they just decided to get us harassed, asking us where is your ID. We showed them. They said no, we want hard copy. We said we can't move with hard copy. It's not possible. What if we get lost? And they said no, we have to go to the court. We arrested. And I came up and said no. You are carrying us illegally. There is no crime we've done. You asked us for a document, we showed you on our phone. Because we are not Kenyans. You feel because we're Nigerians, take advantage. And I told them, you can't do that. Anything that happens to me in this country, my government will hold this country at ransom. It is not a joke because they know my last spot is Kenya. Anything that happens to me here, my government they will stand for me. I'm a federal government property. That one is stamped. So I just told the police, if you think I'm joking, my dad is even a military man. So he thought I was harassing him. And he just put handcuffs and started taking me to the station. I told him, you are the one harassing me. After all said and done, he said I should even pay. For what? I said, for what again? All right. So I just looked at the time. I was going to church. I just gave them some change to say, okay, but you guys have taken this money, but you will not use it to do anything good. So that was how we went about it. Then settled. And I left.
That was the first time, eh?
Yeah, that was the first time. And that's the only time.
Okay, the first and last.
And that's the only time. Because that scenario itself...
So I'm so sorry to hear about this. The reason why I'm asking about it is to compare the aggressive of the police in Kenya compared to to Nigeria, to your country. How do you see it?
My country police will never harass you when you are not doing anything wrong.
Even if I'm a foreigner?
In fact, it is even a crime when a police comes to you and even come and harass you. A foreigner in Nigeria, if you have friends, you call. If you have Kenyans in Nigeria, the police will never talk to you. Police will see a Nigerian and slap him. But when you are a foreigner, they will never harm you. They will never touch you. They are afraid of what your government will do.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this goes to Mr. President and the rest of the security department. It is very good to consider the people who are foreigner in our country. It is not good for our police to harass everyone that you meet as a foreigner. You harass people, it is not good because this is so bad and it is disgracing to the nation of Kenya. So if the security department can work on it, it will be very good because sometimes we as Kenyans, I think it's only in Kenya that this shit happened. Yeah. It's only here. If you got
the harassment on foreigners is very high.
It's very high. If you go to Tanzania, even a police will ask you, can I arrest you? Why? Because you have done this and this and this. That's how Tanzania works. Anyway, that's just by the way. Maybe if I may ask you something about your career. You said you have done this, you have done this. Maybe what's the specific thing that you are doing as your career? All
right. For profession, when you talk about my main job by title, it's I'm an education consultant. Education consultant for international students. All right. International students are me, who are not a citizen of that country you are going to. As Africans, we want to get a good education. Education is power. I'm telling you because I am quite educated. I hold a couple of degrees in Australia. Outside Australia, in Nigeria, I've studied also. So I think education makes you stand out. Education makes you speak up. You are not quiet. When you are being harassed, you cannot keep calm. You cannot just say, because you are a foreigner and somebody will just come and harass. No. You speak. And when you speak, you don't speak harshly. But when people listen, they think you are speaking harshly. But they are not in the light. They are just trying to...
in Nigeria, most of the Nigerians, the way they speak, if you are not careful enough, you'll think that they are harassing you. I have my pastor. My pastor is a Nigerian. His name is Olofunsho Wale. Yeah. So sometimes if you have never met them before, you'll think that they are harassing you.
Pastor is Apollos.
Sorry. Pastor Apollo. I know the pastor. Pastor Apollos Nafor. Nafor. Yeah. I know that man. That man is very great. I love him from the bottom of my heart. So in this your career that you are doing, is it still working, or maybe you are still looking for the opportunity?
Okay, my career has been working for more than 5 to 6 years now. I don't think I'm working here in Kenya because I put my mind at rest from Nigeria that I've been doing well. My reports from Nigeria is excellent. So what I'm just doing basically here in Kenya is extending a hand of fellowship. Yes, that is giving out what we have in terms of international excellence.
Is there an office here, or you're doing it from
My
home?
job is hybrid, remote, so it's from home. So, but my office basically is outside Kenya because we have several offices. Even now, we have just opened in the closest one in Uganda. We have another in Namibia. We have like that in every continent. We have an office. But I think we chose Uganda because I think it seems Uganda is even going further than Kenya currently. As I'm speaking to you, you can tell. I think Ruto is doing excellent, but it still needs to come up. The report I'm getting is Tanzania is getting so much imports and they are doing so much shipping because I'm into the shipping line. I studied shipping management, maritime. So most of those things are what I always put so much effort to learn. I am a very learned person. I keep learning. So I enjoy getting information. I want to know the leading countries in Africa, in East Africa, in West. I want to know. So when you were mentioning about Nigeria and Kenya, I told you 50-50. The reason why I told you 50-50, because Nigeria has a long way to go as much as Kenya do. But I think when people have resilience to being pushed away, they say you are ductile. You know what you're doing. That's a man like Ruto. I believe he knows what he's doing, but with time, he might get it right. If he goes with the right ideas. Because what makes a country great is ideas and the moral support from the people. Because the people also have a work to do. I told you in the beginning. Nigerians are very stubborn. Nigerians are very ductile. But we are very interesting people. We are very obedient people. It's just that when we go back to our country, it is looking like we don't do well because the country is filled with corrupt leaders. I won't lie to you. That's just it. But they have their own part. They do their own part of the homework they should do when they need to.
Yeah, right. So in this perspective that Nigerian, when they go to other countries, they do it with excellence, but not in their country. How do you feel when people say that maybe when they come to Kenya or to different countries, is there any use of juju? Maybe do they use juju for that opportunity? Because we have been receiving at least some complaint, maybe not from not all of the Nigerians. I know when Nigerians decide when they do things with juju, they do it with excellence. And when they are born again, like ministry, when they start a ministry, they do it with excellence. They're like, when you start something, they mean it. Right. When if it's fighting, they mean it's fighting. Okay. Is it true of these things of juju that most of them, when they go to another countries, they use juju?
Okay, get me right. This part now, it is very clear. No juju anywhere. The truth is, I was even seeing a very big movie. I was seeing a movie yesterday where someone went ahead because of her colleague was doing well in the business she was doing. She went to meet Baba. So thinking Baba will help her. But what helped her? She made money the first day, but her customers ran away because they were having issues with the product she was giving. So the truth is, whatever you believe is what works for you. Senor. So I'll use that opportunity to let you know juju is something that is fetish. It is black magic. It is voodoo. It is everywhere. Even in India, I tell you, they do their own voodoo. They have their own Hinduism and whatever they practice. It is juju. As far as you're not serving the living God, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross and shed his blood for us as humans, you are deviating from what? The religion of heaven, which connects every Christian, which is the final goal. So in my own light, juju, it's abolished. It's a culture that maybe I see that people who have weakness in their spirit, who don't know the right thing, they are being misled. They just speak to, whenever they hear something, people tell them, I have done this, I have achieved this through this means. I go into somebody and they'll take them there because they don't have enough of the word in them. The word of God that says, I have given you all things. I will make a way where there seems to be no way. You have nothing in your head. You don't have those words, so you can be misled. So that is where you believe juju can work. So on the other way, Nigerians have for long been known to be part of those who started Christianity. Yeah. We have less of juju. Maybe juju is from the ancestral parts, where people who are from the olden days archaic belief. So they may have just been able to mix up and put themselves to, how they want to manage to run the race, because this life is a race. But when you run by yourself, you are running a race. When you run with God, you are running by grace. By grace. So that's the truth. There is no juju anyway.
But the juju thing is real. But for the Nigerians, it has so power. It's so powerful.
It is real because every man has something he must fall back to whenever he has a challenge. Yes. If you cannot stand for anything, you will fall for anything. So when you say juju, if you believe, if somebody has told you juju works and you go and you believe and you do it, if it works for you, maybe that is your own belief. You have chosen that faith.
Maybe Vincent, have you ever found yourself in a way that maybe things were not working for you at a particular time, and you were almost tempted to use juju?
Yeah, I will tell you again. Your life has not been rosy. As a child, I come from a background where we grew up as my dad was a military man. You can never fail. But what he will tell you is, do not bring the family name to a shame. Okay? And while I was growing up, I had challenges, because as the first son, there's so much expectations from you when you come from Africa. It's even more when you are giving about 3 to 2 siblings after you. Then you have an elder one who is just trying to see how themselves can pick up. So you have to manage to strive and be there and do your best at all time. So I think at some point in my life, I found that God is the only help I need. Ebenezer is the only rock, on which I stand.
You have not answered my question. Okay. Have you ever find yourself maybe in a such position, maybe you are almost tempted to use juju? Maybe something happened that was too difficult for you to handle. Maybe it's a love affairs, it's jobs affairs, or maybe something else. And maybe you say, let me try and use it.
Okay. I have never found myself in such a situation. But what I can tell you is I have had challenges that would have made me to point or doubt what God will do. But in the end, God came out faithful.
Would you like to share the challenges? Maybe there is someone there that is watching, and the person might feel that I had the challenge that I faced or that I'm facing is too heavy for me to handle. Maybe yours can be good for you to share. Are you comfortable to share maybe a little bit of the challenges that you faced, so that you can build someone there that is watching?
All right, so I'll just tell you a bit from my background. I think as the first son, I came out of school, university, and things were not so good then. I'll tell you the truth. I've been homeless. Yes, I've been homeless. I've had a couple of times. I would just not want to disturb any family because, sometimes you, as a child, when you are growing up, you have favorite siblings. You have the ones that you are close to. You have the ones that are close to you. So you don't know who you should fall back to. Even your parents expect so much from you as a first son, as a first child, or amongst the first child. So while I was growing up, yes, I was at some points, I was morally devastated. I took to so many ways to, stand as a man, but not illegal means. As I am here, I've sold fuel at a filling station. I've also started as an attendant, as a graduate. I don't know how it is here in Kenya, but in Nigeria, it's very bad. That's like one of the most menial jobs. It's just like a cleaner.
You have sold what?
A filling station, worked as a fuel attendant.
Okay. You mean
so yes.
Why?
So and I graduated as a graduate.
But you know, sometimes you have to put down your papers for you to have something to do.
But you know, then there are some people that say, I can never do such a thing.
Only for the graduates.
They have pride. Some people say, I can never do this, no matter what comes to me. Even now, somebody was talking to me the other day, was like, if you, assuming you came to Kenya, you were broke, you were stranded, you never had anything to do, will you be able to carry, you know, all this carpet or children's clothes and be walking around under the sun? I told the person, I have done worse.
You have done worse than that too.
What those ones are doing, at least they will still do it and go back home. I have slept in a filling station as home. I have slept in people's apartments just to pass the night and wake up the following morning and go to where you need to find the money again and work.
What? Why? Where was your parents that time? Where were they?
They were doing their own. They were back home. They were just. I didn't need any support because they have done their best. I told you now it's time. They are expecting so much from you. Where you have gotten so much help from parents. They paid your school fees all through school, bought textbooks, give you money to support your feeding allowance. Then you graduate and say you want them to still give you a place to sleep. My brother, we don't do that in Nigeria. If you do that, you're a useless child. In fact, at some point, I moved out of my parents' house after my school, and I stayed and lived to see how I can get myself started with any means. I didn't do illegal stuff. I told you. I even tried to learn, jobs like photography. I've learned. I've also learned, so much on IT, done coding on my own. I went for classes. Yeah. So some of those stuffs built me. I also have experience on, acting. I told you I've done some media box jobs as well before I left Nigeria as well. I'm very interested in entertainment, mostly media and entertainment. So that's my delight. So basically those things I found doing when no one was there or no one could really give you all the necessary support has been what has brought me this far.
Glory be to God. For real, God has brought you from far, and you have to be grateful for Him. You have to give Him thanks for from where you came from. A lot of things, a lot of men and women there are facing a lot of challenges, but now at least you overcame it. And one thing I can tell you is welcome back to Kenya. Welcome to Kenya. Sorry, Kenya is a very beautiful country. It's only that in every place there's so dramatic. Everything is there. Yeah, if you find yourself in such kind of a mess, there are such Nigerians, maybe they are hiding away from the police. Maybe there are others there are other Nigerians that are expecting to come or they are planning to come to Kenya. And behind the scene, they don't know what is happening when you get when a police officer stopped you. Anything can happen. So it's not like we're trying to make them to be afraid of Kenya, no. Maybe they're doing their job. One thing about the Kenyan police is they always harass anybody with beer.
You are right. On that part, I think it's not just with beers. I think even my other friend was not having beers that day, but I think it's mostly on target on foreigners.
You know why? There was a time I was even arrested. A Nigerian, a police officer stopped me and asked, "Where are you coming from? Bring me your ID. Are you a Kenyan?" I was just laughing. By the time he realized I spoke fluently Swahili, he leave me alone. So
that is it. That's another thing I've understood. Because once they see you are good in Swahili, you speak and they'll leave you alone.
So the best way to do, maybe let me say, if you are walking around the police office or the police stations, there's this kind of you cannot be afraid of walking and talking. Because especially you Nigerians, when you talk, when you're two, you talk loud, everything, you're so...
that was the case, because that day, me and my friend were just talking. I think we were talking out, maybe the police, as they were coming, they've observed through our gesture. Because when we are talking, sometimes we can be talking and moving our body. And so you're thinking maybe what's going on, you're worried. Yeah. And I've also found that, the police has threatened people to fear a lot in Kenya.
No, that's how they've been trained, that's how they've been trained.
It's a training, but it is not good because to Ogopa, when people fear, they don't live their life. You live in fear. So, like now, just as I was coming, I met somebody and she was just shaking. And I was like, why are you afraid? Well, Gopher, why are you so scared? Have you done anything? Such a person now, they might just see the police and they are shaking. But when you are very, very, outspoken, instead of them to become harsh to you, they'll become your friend. Because I realized after that, encounter, they were trying to be friendly, give me their number. I said, no, I don't want. I'm not out to become friendly with police. I know I do my business. I'm not doing anything illegal. So I don't need any of your numbers. So, but it's a beautiful country. Like I said, when we all do what we need to do, we do our homework, the government does theirs, we'll go further, we'll go far with it.
That's great. So are your parents still alive?
Sure, my parents are doing very well. They are alive and they are living together back in Nigeria.
What do you have to tell them? Look at the camera and tell your parents, what do you have to tell them?
Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ndu, they are very, very senior people. My mom is a doctor, my dad is retired, and she's a senior education. I took after my mom in the route of education. I'm an education and career advisor, and my mom is a retired education minister of Lagos, director of Lagos in Lagos State there. So she herself has really given birth to something that is coming after. She has given birth to something that is coming after her, taking her footstep. So I believe so far so good. They have done excellently well, and I'm proud of them everywhere I go to. Very, very proud of them.
There's this last week was I think it was last today, was it on Jamhuri Day? Mr. President Ruto, he said that beginning from next year, 2024, no visa will be needed for the foreigner to be in Kenya. How do you take that situation? Exactly,
that's a very great development, because for a country like Kenya, okay, when citizens are non-citizens of Kenya or foreigners can be, brought in, most especially those who come with investment and development and great ideas to push Kenya forward. It's a welcome idea. In fact, I think all other African countries should adopt that system, because as Africa, we are one. Pamoja, we are one. Regardless of where you go to, you are an African, first of all, before you call yourself whatever country you come from. So when you have that mindset, it will take you far, because we are all in one continent as Africa. There is nothing as saying, oh, you is Kenya and Nigeria, it's not my brother. We are brothers from different areas, but the most important thing is the origin, where you from, and you live up to the expectations of where you from. You cannot be a Kenyan and do something and spoil and tarnish your image as a Kenyan. Yes. So for me, that's just the truth, and that's where I leave it at.
All right. Thank you so much. We are happy today for having you, our brother, and maybe we are expecting so much from you. Maybe the work that you are doing, are you available on social media? Maybe if there's a private company that maybe they're in need of someone great like you, are you available on our social media accounts?
Yeah, I'm available. My company website is www.oastudy.com. And also you can check us up at, we have Facebook, IG, Facebook as oastudy.com, IG oastudy.com. You can also check us on all the rest of them. We have our email. You can email us info@oastudy.com. We also have all offices across Africa and other continents. We also have some info section coming up very soon, and today is just 15th, India. Yes. So by 18th or thereabouts, next week or this weekend, there should be some info section coming up for people who would like to or would be interested to relocate with their families and loved ones to study and work abroad. Abroad, when I mean abroad, Australia, Canada, UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Zealand. You have countries of your choice you want to work on with us. We are open to, look into them with you. And we'll be glad to, give you the best of our services as you come to us.
Right. So maybe are you comfortable to drop down your number?
Oh, very, very comfortable. You can reach me on my Kenyan line 0769922968 or my Nigerian number +234 7067333250. That's my main line. You can also, WhatsApp. That's WhatsApp. So you can reach me on WhatsApp through any of those lines. I'll be open to get to you and also give you the best in any of the, help, assistance of which I can do for you. I'll be open to help.
Thank you so much. We thank you for coming, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and they say that closed mouth is a closed destiny. This is Royal Advanced Production reporting live from our headquarters here in Kileleshwa, Nairobi. Our viewers, we welcome you. If you have something to tell, if you have something to share, if you have something to say, our TV station is open, is available 24 hours. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel at Royal Advanced Net TV. Me as the CEO or founder member, I am here. Our lines are available 24/7. That is 0720 04 87 65. Don't be left out for anything. We are waiting for you. Goodbye until we meet again. Stay safe and stay tuned.
Are you able to list 5 words that you know in Swahili?
Okay, yes, I can list 5 words I know in Swahili. First of all, mambo, and I also know ukwaje, muzuri, kofiti, kopoa rada, and I also know mrembo, kwaje.
What does mrembo mean?
Beautiful, like beautiful. When you see something that is very beautiful, like now, I'm seeing my brother over there. He's having a beautiful shirt, and all of that. I say, oh, remember kofiti, you're having a beautiful shirt. So,
do you know what's the meaning of nakulombo tov?
Nakulombo tov. No, I've not.
When she or he is mrembo, then you say nakulombo tov. What does that mean?
Nakulombo tov. I know naku is saying maybe something love. So when you say nakulombo tov, is it sheng? It's not Kiswahili, it's India.
Yeah, it's Swahili.
It's Swahili, sheng, but sheng. So in other words, it's like saying nakulombo tov. Probably I love this lady.
Yeah, nice, good job. It means I love you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something on the president. If you compare, of course, Nigeria and Kenya, what is your advice? What is your special advice to the president?
All right, special advice to the president. Building a nation is a very, very tough thing to do. But my advice to the president would be for him to always seek God in whatever he do. Whatever he's positioned to do, he should put God first. Then also go with the right committee, go with the right advice, go with the right set of minds, because like minds do great things. Like minds do great things.
Do you think the president is lacking a better advisory?
For advisory, I think he's not lacking, though the process might be slow, but he has good perspectives.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I want you to big up Royal Advanced Net TV. Just pick it up.
Yeah, big shout out to Royal Advanced TV and all the cheers to Mr. Thomas, the team, the media crew, and all other teams that work together for this success of this event. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
You are watching Royal Advanced Net TV.